Have you ever looked at a map of Australia? It's massive, a big sunburnt island just sort of hanging out at the bottom of the world. But if you lean in a little closer, past the bits where everyone lives, you'll see something incredible. This isn't just a big patch of dirt. It's a continent that's been doodled on by nature for millions of years. Think of this as your official, slightly crumpled invitation. It's an invitation to a place that will mess with your sense of scale and time. Australia doesn't just have nice views. It has landscapes that stare back at you. This journey isn't about ticking boxes. It's about collecting moments that leave you a bit breathless. We're going to hop across some of the most mind-boggling spots this country has to offer. So, grab a comfy chair. Let's begin. It's a collection of stories whispered by the wind, carved into rock and painted across the sky. Australia is old, ridiculously old. This continent has been patiently weathering storms for billions of years. Australia was just chilling, giving nature time to get creative, carving out majestic gorges and scattering strange rock formations across endless plains. In the heart of the country, it painted a masterpiece in red sand. You're in the presence of an elder. It reminds us that we are part of a much bigger story. We are time traveling, stepping into a world shaped by immense forces. We are about to witness the incredible results of nature's longest and most ambitious art project. Admission is simply a willingness to be amazed. The beauty of Australia's landscapes is more than just a pretty view. For the First Peoples, these landscapes are not just scenery. They are family, history, and sacred cathedrals. It's a living connection to country stretching back 65,000 years. The stories of the dreaming are imprinted on the land. It's a reminder that we are an intrinsic part of nature. The awe these places inspire is about the human stories they hold. This is the true soul of the Australian landscape. We'll discover why they are more than just pretty views. Let the adventure begin. First stop, the Great Barrier Reef. A wonder so enormous you can see it from space. It's the biggest living thing on Earth. A single structure made of billions of tiny creatures that stretches for over 2,000 kilometers. An entire world, hidden just beneath the surface. It's a silent, bustling metropolis, a liquid universe teeming with life. This place is the absolute pinnacle of nature showing off. The sheer scale of it is what really gets you. It's bigger than the United Kingdom, Switzerland, and Holland combined. It's a natural wonder. Imagine a city, not of concrete but living bone. Each coral colony is like an apartment block built by tiny animals called polyps. For thousands of years, they've built limestone homes atop their ancestors' skeletons. The citizens are some of the most spectacular creatures like clownfish and green sea turtles. Giants like the gentle whale shark also cruise through. Look closely and you'll see a living tapestry. This fragile underwater city is sensitive to change, so it's important we protect it. It's a global treasure, a living library of biodiversity. The Great Barrier Reef story is one of resilience, rising and falling seas, and ice ages. The reef we see today is the latest in a line of reefs grown over 500,000 years. For Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples, it's a vital part of their culture and identity, a connection that goes back millennia. Coral spawning, nature's biggest party, happens once a year. Billions of corals release eggs and sperm, creating an underwater snowstorm. Visiting the reef connects you to something ancient and powerful. It's a place of beauty, scientific importance, and cultural significance. The Great Barrier Reef is a living miracle we must preserve. Let's head inland to the Red Center. At its heart stands something monumental, Uluru. No picture can prepare you for seeing it with your own eyes. As you approach, the scale strikes you. Uluru stands 348 meters high, taller than the Eiffel Tower. Uluru is a chameleon, changing its mood with the light. The real show happens at sunset. Standing before it, you feel a sense of profound awe. It's a humbling reminder of geological time. It's an icon of the Australian outback. It's a place you feel. Just like the Great Barrier Reef, Uluru is so much more than what you see on the surface. For the Anangu people, the traditional owners, Uluru is not a lifeless rock. It's a living, breathing, sacred place, the physical evidence of the Chukurpa, or the creation stories. Every crack is a chapter in that story, a history book carved into stone. To walk around its base is to walk through the pages of one of the world's oldest libraries. Listening to an Anangu guide share these stories is a profoundly moving experience. After the rare desert rains, the rock streams with waterfalls. You can also find ancient rock art, some of it thousands of years old. Visiting Uluru is a journey to the spiritual heart of Australia. The feeling of being there, especially at the quiet times, is something that stays with you forever. Okay, let's leave the big red rock behind and head back to the coast of Queensland, but this time a bit further north to the Daintree Rainforest. This isn't just any old patch of trees. This is the oldest tropical rainforest on the entire planet, continuously growing for an estimated 180 million years. It's less of a forest, and more of a living, breathing museum of life itself. The moment you step under its canopy, you feel the change. The air becomes thick, humid, and alive with the smell of damp earth and sweet decaying leaves. This place is a real-life time capsule, a botanical treasure trove, a glimpse into what the world looked like in a completely different era. Walking through the Daintree is like having a backstage pass to the history of evolution. The forest is a master of survival, a green, thriving cathedral that has stood the test of time. The Daintree is a place of incredible connections, but there's one connection that is truly unique in the entire world. This is the only place on Earth where two UNESCO World Heritage Sites meet. The ancient emerald world of the Daintree Rainforest spills right down onto the white sand beaches and touches the turquoise waters of another World Heritage Site, the Great Barrier Reef. One ancient ecosystem literally shakes hands with another. To stand on a beach like Cape Tribulation, with the jungle behind you and the reef in front of you, is an experience that is hard to put into words. It's a collision of two of nature's greatest masterpieces. Imagine taking a walk. You start under the shade of giant fan palms and tangled vines, listening to the sounds of the forest. A few steps later, your feet are in the warm, soft sand, and you're looking out at the endless blue of the coral sea. You can see the dark patches of fringing reefs just offshore, the very beginning of that massive underwater city we visited earlier. It's a place where the boundary between land and sea feels blurred, where the two worlds are not separate but part of one giant interconnected system. It's a powerful visual reminder that everything in nature is linked. This unique meeting point creates a habitat for some truly amazing wildlife. You might see a giant cassowary, a massive flightless bird that looks like a modern-day dinosaur, wandering out of the forest to patrol the beach. These birds are crucial to the rainforest's health, as they spread the seeds of many ancient trees. You might spot a saltwater crocodile basking on a riverbank, where the fresh water from the forest meets the salt of the sea. It's a frontier land, a biological crossroads where creatures from both the forest and the ocean can be found, sometimes just meters apart. It's a dynamic and ever-changing environment. This place is also deeply important to the local Kuku-Yalanji people, who have lived in this area for thousands of years. Their culture and stories are woven into both the rainforest and the sea. They have a profound understanding of the seasons and the connections between the two environments, a knowledge passed down through countless generations. For them, the forest and the reef are not two separate things. They are one home, one country. Seeing this place through their eyes adds another layer of wonder to an already mind-boggling landscape, revealing the deep, human story of this incredible meeting place. The Daintree is a living time capsule, home to creatures and plants unchanged for millions of years. The southern cassowary, towering and vibrant, is the rainforest's gardener, swallowing fruits whole and spreading seeds, keeping ancient species alive. But the wonders aren't just feathered. The forest shelters primitive flowering plants like the green dinosaur, Idiospermum australiense, a direct link to Gondwana. Spotting one is like finding a living relic, a reminder that this forest is a priceless library of Earth's history. Glide along the Daintree River, where crocodiles bask and kingfishers dive, and mangroves nurture life that connects forest to reef. Here, silence and observation reveal the forest's secrets. The Daintree endures, fragile, beautiful, irreplaceable, a living echo of a world long past. To visit is to be humbled, mesmerized, and inspired by its story of survival. Now we head south to Victoria's wild coast and the iconic Great Ocean Road. Here stand the 12 apostles, towering limestone stacks, battered by the relentless Southern Ocean. They're not apostles, and there were never 12, but their presence is breathtaking, especially at sunrise or sunset. These stone giants are remnants of the mainland, shaped by millennia of wind and waves. The shipwreck coast's drama is ever present. The oceans roar, the winds bite, the sense of impermanence. Only 7 stacks remain today. The landscape is always changing. Standing here, you witness geology in action, a fleeting moment in time. The forces that created these towers are now slowly erasing them. Their beauty is precious, made more powerful by their inevitable disappearance. The 12 apostles are monuments to subtraction carved by the sea from ancient limestone. Caves became arches. Arches collapsed, and now these isolated stacks stand alone, the process ongoing. The ocean's patience and power remind us that even stone is temporary. For the Girai Wurrung and Gadubanud people, this coast is a living spiritual landscape, rich with story and meaning. The apostles are not just geological wonders, but part of a cultural tapestry stretching back thousands of years. Standing here, you feel the wild beauty and the epic scale of time. These sentinels are reminders of nature's relentless creativity and our own smallness. They watch over a coast that is always changing, always magnificent. Next, we cross to Western Australia's Pinnacles Desert, a landscape straight from a sci-fi dream. Thousands of limestone pillars jut from golden sand, some sharp and jagged, others rounded and mysterious. Walking among them, the silence is profound, broken only by the wind weaving through this stone forest. Each pillar is unique, a geological sculpture gallery open to your imagination. Visit at midday for stark shadows, or at sunset when the desert glows and the pillars stretch long and eerie. The landscape transforms with the light, mysterious and dramatic. It's a place to wander, to marvel, to feel like you've stepped onto another planet. The pinnacles invite you to pause, to see shapes and stories in stone. It's a photographer's dream, and a reminder that Australia's beauty is often wonderfully weird. Here you're off the map, in a world governed by different rules. How did the pinnacles form? It's a geological puzzle, millions of years in the making. Once under the sea, shell-rich sand became limestone as rainwater carried minerals deep underground. Plants rooted in the dunes, their acids and roots shaping the limestone into pillars beneath the surface. As climate changed, wind eroded the soil, slowly revealing the stone army hidden below. Today, the desert is alive. Sand shifts, new pinnacles emerge, others are buried. This landscape is ever-changing, never static. The pinnacles hold their secrets close, offering a glimpse into Earth's slow creative power. Walk here, and you witness a living, evolving masterpiece. Now, to Tasmania's Cradle Mountain, jagged, dramatic, and unforgettable. Its crown-like peaks rise above Dove Lake, reflected in still waters, a view that feels almost unreal. The air is crisp, the weather wild and unpredictable, adding to the mountain's untamed charm. Trails wind through ancient rainforests and alpine heath, past mossy trees and golden grasslands. Wildlife abounds, wombats, echidnas, and the call of currawongs. Here, tranquility reigns, the silence is broken only by nature's whispers. Cradle Mountain is a sanctuary, shaped by immense forces, untouched and ancient. It's not just a peak, it's a place that calms the soul and fills you with awe. The story of Cradle Mountain is a story written by ice. Unlike much of mainland Australia, Tasmania was hit hard by the last ice age. Massive glaciers, rivers of solid ice, crept across this landscape, acting like giant bulldozers. They carved out the deep valleys, scooped out the basins that would become the region's beautiful lakes like Dove Lake, and sharpened the peaks into the jagged spires we see today. The distinctive U-shape of the valleys and the presence of moraines, ridges of rock and debris left behind by melting glaciers, are the telltale fingerprints that these icy giants left on the land. This glacial past is what gives the landscape its unique character. The mountain itself is made of dolerite, a super tough volcanic rock. As the glaciers ground past, they scraped away the softer surrounding rock, but struggled to wear down these hard dolerite columns, leaving them exposed as the dramatic craggy peaks. You are literally walking through a masterpiece sculpted by ice. When you stand by the edge of a lake and look up at the mountain, you are seeing the direct result of an elemental battle between rock and ice, that took place over thousands of years. It's a powerful lesson in geological time. The flora here is just as special as the geology. Because of Tasmania's long isolation from the mainland, it's a refuge for plants that have disappeared from other parts of Australia. As you walk the trails, you'll pass through the Ballroom Forest, a magical grove of ancient myrtle beech trees draped in moss. You'll see the strange and wonderful pandani, a palm-like plant found only in Tasmania, and the fargus, Australia's only native deciduous beech tree, which turns the hillsides a spectacular golden red in autumn. This is a living botanical museum, a direct link to the ancient supercontinent of Gondwana. Visiting Cradle Mountain feels like stepping back in time. It's a journey into a wilder, more elemental world. It's a place that demands respect for the power of nature and rewards you with moments of breathtaking beauty and profound peace. The sheer drama of the landscape, combined with the silence and the ancient life that clings to it, makes for an unforgettable experience. It's the heart of the Tasmanian wilderness, a rugged, beautiful, and precious reminder of the wild places that still exist, patiently waiting to share their stories of ice and time with those who are willing to listen. All right, for our final stop, we're heading north to the top end. We're going to Kakadu National Park. Kakadu is big, a landscape of dramatic contrasts, where stone country crashes into lush wetlands. The seasons transform the entire world. It's a place that is so ancient, so rich in culture, and so bursting with life that it feels like you've stepped into another reality. Kakadu has two main seasons, the dry season and the wet season. The country is transformed by monsoonal downpours, creating an immense inland sea. It's over 1.6 billion years old. This isn't just a national park, it's a living, breathing chronicle of Earth's history. If Kakadu is a mosaic, then its wetlands are the shimmering, vibrant heart of the picture. During the dry season, places like the Yellowwater Billabong are an absolute magnet for wildlife. As the surrounding floodplains dry up, all the animals are forced to congregate around these remaining water sources. It's like a massive, unscripted nature documentary happening right in front of your eyes. To take a boat out on the water at sunrise is an experience that is impossible to forget. The water is like a mirror, reflecting the paperbark trees in the soft morning sky, and the air is filled with the sounds of a million creatures waking up. It's pure, unadulterated magic. The bird life here is simply off the charts. Seriously, it's estimated that a third of all of Australia's bird species can be found in Kakadu. You don't have to be a hardcore birdwatcher to be blown away by it. You'll see huge flocks of magpie geese covering the floodplains, elegant jabberers stalking through the shallows, and brilliant white egrets posing perfectly on lily pads. You'll see sea eagles soaring high overhead, their piercing calls echoing across the water. It's a noisy, chaotic, and breathtakingly beautiful celebration of life. The sheer number and variety of birds is a testament to just how healthy and rich this ecosystem is. Of course, you can't talk about Kakadu's waterways without mentioning their most famous and most fearsome resident, the saltwater crocodile. These are proper modern-day dinosaurs. They are the apex predators of this ecosystem, and they command absolute respect. Seeing a huge salty gliding silently through the water, with only its eyes and snout visible, is a primal and thrilling sight. Or spotting one basking on a muddy riverbank, a perfectly still and patient hunter, reminds you that you are in a truly wild place. They are a powerful and essential part of this landscape, a symbol of its untamed spirit. But life here isn't just about the big showy animals. It's in the little details too. It's the iridescent blue of a dragonfly hovering over a water lily. It's the chorus of frogs that erupts after a downpour. It's the way the paperbark trees peel their layers, revealing fresh, white bark underneath. Every single part of this landscape, from the tiniest insect to the largest crocodile, is interconnected. It's a complex and delicate web of life, all orchestrated by the timeless rhythm of the wet and dry seasons. Kakadu isn't just a place with animals in it, it's a place that is truly, deeply alive. The stone country of Kakadu, particularly the rugged escarpment and the rocky outcrops that dot the landscape, holds one of the most incredible treasures in all of Australia. Tucked away in sheltered overhangs and on the walls of ancient caves is one of the oldest and most extensive collections of rock art in the world. This isn't just a few faded drawings. This is a vast open-air art gallery, a library painted on stone that documents tens of thousands of years of human history, belief, and life. To stand in front of these paintings is to come face to face with a story that stretches back into the mists of time. The galleries at places like Ubir and Nurlangi are simply breathtaking. The art is layered, with newer paintings often placed on top of much older ones. It's a continuous record, a conversation across generations that has been happening for at least 20,000 years. The styles change over time, creating a kind of archaeological timeline on the rock. You can see simple, early depictions of animals, detailed X-ray paintings that show the internal organs and bones of fish and kangaroos, and images of the first contact with Europeans, showing their ships and unfamiliar clothing. It's a vivid artistic account of a changing world. These paintings are not just historical records or pretty pictures. For the Bininj Mungui people, the traditional owners of Kakadu, this art is deeply sacred. The paintings depict creation ancestors like the rainbow serpent, who shaped the land during the dreaming. They show important stories that lay down the law for how people should live and behave. They are also practical, teaching people where to find food, how to hunt, and the rules of society. The act of painting itself was often a powerful ceremony. These rock art sites are not relics of a dead past. They are living, spiritual places that are still central to cultural life today. Standing in the quiet shade of a rock shelter, looking at a painting made by an artist thousands of years ago is a profoundly moving experience. You feel a direct connection to that person, to their world, and to their story. It collapses time. You realize that you are standing on sacred ground, in a place that has been a home, a school, and a cathedral for an unimaginable length of time. The rock art of Kakadu is more than just art. It's the soul of the country made visible, a priceless inheritance that tells one of the longest continuous stories of human culture on Earth. What makes Kakadu so unique is that the ancient culture documented on the rock walls is still alive. The Bininjamungi people have lived here for over 65,000 years, making theirs the oldest living culture on the planet. The stories you see painted on the rocks are the same stories that are told to children today. The landscape is family, it is identity, it is everything. Kakadu is jointly managed by its traditional owners and Parks Australia, a partnership that recognizes the immense value of traditional knowledge in caring for the land. They know the 6 seasons, each with its own signs in the plants and animals. They use ancient practices, like controlled burning, to manage the landscape. When you visit Kakadu, you have the incredible opportunity to learn directly from this living culture. You start to see the country not as a collection of things, but as a living, breathing entity. It's the connection between the land and its people, a bond that has endured for millennia and continues to thrive. So here we are. We've made it. Our whirlwind tour across Australia is coming to an end. We've explored the Great Barrier Reef, Uluru, the Daintree, the 12 Apostles, the Pinnacles, Cradle Mountain, and Kakadu. The point of this journey was to share a feeling, that moment of awe when you see something so big, so old, or so beautiful. It's the feeling of being humbled, of realizing you're part of a bigger story. These places are more than just spots on a map. They are the keepers of Australia's soul. They have the ability to change you. This is the real souvenir from a trip like this, a feeling you get to keep. It's a new sense of wonder that you can carry with you. So what now? Our little tour is over, but the real invitation is just beginning. This essay isn't meant to be the end of the journey, it's meant to be the start line. It's a nudge to remind you that all this incredible stuff is actually out there, it's real. You can go and see it, touch it, and feel it for yourself. Australia isn't just a big, weirdly shaped country at the bottom of the map. It's a living, breathing gallery of natural masterpieces, and the doors are wide open. You can start small, pick one. Because seeing these places with your own eyes is 1,000 times better than reading about them. This country is full of stories. Going to these places is your chance to listen to those stories, to be a respectful guest and to learn from the land and its traditional custodians. A chance to build your own connection to this country, one breathtaking view and one humbling moment at a time. Go on. The great Aussie adventure is out there and it's got your name on it.